This is not President Obama, but this is for the Presidential Pet Museum, and I'd like to personally welcome you here.
Presidential Pet Museum. 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 Presidential Pet Museum.
This is not George W. Bush, but this is for the Presidential Pet Museum. The Presidential Pet Museum is the largest collection and exhibit of U.S. presidential pets anywhere.
Presidential Pet Museum. 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 Presidential Pet Museum.
This is not President Reagan, but this is for the Presidential Pet Museum. Did you notice under the President Clinton display, there's a Socks the Cat shirt that reads, "I tried catnip once, but I didn't inhale." You can learn all about other fun-related stuff on the Presidential Pet Museum website. This is not President Obama, but this is for the Presidential Pet Museum. The museum features information and memorabilia about all the U.S. presidents' pets, and the current displays, which you see right now, are featuring the collections and presidential pet memorabilia from President George W. Bush, President George H.W. Bush, President John F. Kennedy, President Bill Clinton, President Ronald Reagan, President Richard Nixon, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President Gerald Ford, and President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Well, this is not President Reagan, but this is for the Presidential Pet Museum. Did you know, after President Lyndon Johnson moved into the White House in December 1963, he had the White House doghouse redesigned and enlarged to the point that the press corps dubbed it a palace. You can read more about this on the Presidential Pet Museum website.
This is not President Obama, but this is for the Presidential Pet Museum. You know, it's really interesting how pets have contributed in so many ways to the U.S.